The first stage of labor actually consists of 3 different phases. The first phase of the first stage of labor begins when contractions begin to intensify and grow in frequency and duration. The contractions should be about 30 to 60 seconds long and about 5 to 20 minutes apart. During this phase, the cervix should be dilating to 6 centimeters. It should also be fully effaced. The second phase of the first stage of labor is when the cervix is at 6 centimeters. It goes to 8 centimeters during this time, while contractions should have a longer lasting peak time, becoming closer together, more frequent, and much stronger in intensity. The third phase is called transition. This is the final phase of the first stage of labor. Transition is when contractions are about 90 seconds to 2 minutes long and about 2 to 3 minutes apart. During this time, the cervix should be fully effaced and dilating to 10 centimeters. Once the cervix is dilated to 10 centimeters, the mom has entered the second stage of labor, which is the delivery. There are actually 3 different phases to the second stage of labor as well. The latent phase is when baby is resting above the pubic bones. Now, this is when baby is rotating and trying to come down into the birth canal. That is the second phase, is called the active phase, when baby begins moving down into the birth canal. And then the third phase is transition, when the baby is crowning at the opening of the vagina. And then baby is born. That is the end of the first 2 stages. Now, the third stage of labor is when the delivery of the placenta occurs. Mom will still be feeling contractions and she'll be directed to push. The contractions will not be as intense or as frequent, and she should not have to push as hard as she did during the delivery. Once the placenta is delivered, the doctor will check it over to make sure it's intact. Now, this is the end of the third stage. The fourth stage is considered the golden hour. This is when mom gets to bond with baby. Skin-to-skin contact and breastfeeding does occur. Contractions will still be coming, though not as intense. You should hardly notice them, but they're happening to help clamp down the uterus and to stop any hemorrhaging or heavy bleeding. Those are the phases included in the stages of labor.